What is your definition of beauty?
What is your greatest accomplishment?
And you are studying industrial design?
What do you think people should know about your country?
What differentiates you from all the other contestants?
One of the most important part of the competition is the preliminary interview. It's the part where the real game changers emerge. The Miss Universe Philippines focus on the intelligence as well as the ability to stand out despite having to answer a really difficult question. With that in mind, I selected my top favorites per batch based on substance, delivery, and personality. Among them are 5 exceptional women that nailed this round. Who are they? Watch the video till the end. Now, I will show you only certain clips from their interview and you can watch the rest via empire.ph. Here's my top favorites for the first batch.
What one major lesson did you learn from your experiences during this pandemic?
During this pandemic, I have learned one important lesson of bayanihan. It's really important for us, mga Pilipino, to stand together, to unite together, and to extend ourselves to help each other.
What is that one learning experience that you had as a child that made so much impact on you?
Honestly, it's, as I said a while ago, I experienced being bullied and I overcome that. And now that I am confident with myself, I also want others to feel the same way too. For me to be an inspiration to others now that I am here.
What is that one major lesson that you learned during this pandemic?
I think I learned so many things from cooking to planting, but I think one thing that I really learned is how interconnected everything really is. From the animal world to the human world, from communities, inter-province, and I think that just reminds me of the fact that we all play a part in fighting this pandemic and that we can all rise together.
What is that most important lesson that you learned during this pandemic?
I've learned how to be grateful each day. Like today is a great day to be alive. And I've learned not to take things for granted. Like for example, my loved ones, I already miss them. So every kiss, every touch, every small conversations that you have with them, don't take it for granted. And also, for the society, I've learned that it doesn't discriminate. So why do that to your brothers and sisters? I've learned a lot.
Young people should focus on?
I think young people should focus on their dreams. They should know what their purpose, their passion in life is, because that will drive them to what they want to achieve in life. And they should focus on making themselves better and turning their weaknesses into their advantages. So I think that the youth should focus on themselves and to become responsible citizens in our community.
For the second batch, here it is.
What is that learning experience that you had as a child that made so much impact on you?
I think if it's about lesson, it's lesson of being forgiving. It's something that I can carry out all throughout my life because keeping grudges in you is gonna impact you more as a person instead of the other person that you're mad about. You have to be forgiving about everything, and I think it has to start from as early as a child, because you have to bring it with you all throughout your life, and you have to be able to share this to everyone as well.
What is one thing you think young people should focus on?
Young people should focus on finding their true selves, finding their purpose. With the social media, with the age of social media, we tend to get lost and we tend to copy a lot of people that we forget who we truly are and what we stand for and what we deserve. We deserve so much more if you really just look into ourselves, focus on our core values, and just stick to that, then we will be able to reach our full potential and be the best person we can be.
What is one thing you think young people like you should focus on?
Themselves. You can never get anywhere if you don't know who you are. When you know who you are, you know where you are going. So with me, I know that I am a farmer, and no matter how many places I visit, I would always go back to the farm, and that's where I want to improve my community and my family.
What about this pandemic? What do you think is the most important lesson that you learned?
The most important lesson that I've learned is to just keep on going. No matter how hard it is, no matter how frustrated you are, no matter how dark it is, just keep on going kasi even though you're frustrated, towards the end of this tunnel, lagi talagang may bright side.
That one learning experience that you had as a
If there would be one thing that I learned through my mother, that would be always forgive people, because there's no such thing as a perfect person. And when my dad left us, she never speak ill about him. That's why in every situation, even though other people would hurt me, I still choose to see the goodness in them.
This time for the third batch.
What about in this pandemic? What do you think is the biggest lesson?
To become adaptive to changes, because this situation put a lot of changes in our life, and it is very important that we know how to deal with it and cope with it so that we will come out stronger from this pandemic and challenges.
So what do you think are the skills needed for this so-called workplace of the future?
I think one thing that everyone has to realize is the fact that work-life balance is very important. I think it's also the reason why a lot of people undergo depression and anxiety. It is because they really don't know how to separate their personal lives and working at home, and it's a struggle for everybody. So I think, work-life balance is something that everyone should keep in mind.
The last question is, what is that one thing you think young people like you should focus on?
I think we should focus on the plans for the future, because one thing that I've learned from the pandemic, it's very unpredictable. Time and space and wherever we may go, it continually changes. Change is the only constant thing in the world. And I really hope that the youngsters, the young generations would keep in mind that just whatever you decide on today will reflect your future. So I really do hope that they start planning it out, but of course, keeping their feet on where they are at the moment.
Last question is, what's one thing you think young people like you should focus on?
We really have to focus more on our purpose, what we want to achieve in life, because that's the direction we are going. That's our guide in order to succeed. That's our guide to happiness, to fulfillment. And I really hope that more and more people, youth especially, would know their purpose at an early age so that they will be guided in their path. Thank you.
What one thing should young people like you focus on?
I think the thing that young people should focus on is to be unapologetic, to know what you stand for, to know who you truly are, and to be able to stand for what is right, especially for other people. If you are in a better position, if you are privileged enough, then you can stand for other people. You can be their voice. You can stand for those who are oppressed. And I believe it is the right timing, the right mindset for young people to understand that you can be apologetic as long as you know your heart is in the right place.
And finally, the last batch.
What color do you think symbolizes the phenomenal woman?
I would say blue. Blue, I know to be royal blue. I would say it's something that is so strong. It comes out confident and strong. However, it's also very warm, it's inviting, and it's something that you can trust. That's how I see the color blue. And a phenomenal woman is somebody who's confident in herself, is somebody who is calm, but is also somebody that you can trust to represent you, to tell your story. And that's why if I were to be the phenomenal woman, I would wear blue in everything.
If you win, how do you plan to help your community?
If I win, I will continue and strive to tell them about starting conversations, because right now, us Miss Universe, we always want to start becoming a spokesperson, but we forget that they also have a voice. They want to tell us something, and we want to experience it firsthand. It's important that we start to become conversationalists, and I want to expand the platform from just becoming a spokesperson. I want to start conversations wherein these people will be able to talk about their struggles, because it's important that we live in a reality where we'll be able to see and feel their pains.
One of the greatest lessons during this pandemic, among a lot, is to be generous. I learned how to be generous not only with my words, by checking up on people, but also with my time. I have spent my time putting up an organization called Your 200 Pesos. We were able to serve thousands of families, not only in Metro Manila, but in the nearby provinces. I learned that if more people are generous, then less people will become hungry, less people will struggle, and we will have a more united Philippines.
What's one thing you think young people should focus on?
I think one thing that young people should focus on is having or believing in themselves, having that confidence to set their heart on something and definitely pursue it. And I want that to be my message as Miss Universe 2020, hopefully this year.
What's one thing you think young people should focus on?
Okay, there are many things that young people should focus on, but one of the biggest things that they should focus on is how to be confident in yourself. What does that mean exactly? You have to ask the most difficult questions. What do you want to do with your life? What is your biggest purpose? What is something that will make you happy? Because a lot of young people have the opportunity to learn so much. We have the internet, and that's so a gift in itself. You can learn so many things. Ako naman, I learned my makeup in my internet, so that is one of the biggest advantages. But we need to learn how to use our things properly. Thank you.
Out of the 20 girls, here are my top 5 favorites, starting with
Word in Filipino, the word and what does it mean?
I think my favorite Tagalog word would be kamusta. It shows concern. It shows that you really want to know something about the person, especially how the person is. And usually the reply is also kamusta. It reciprocates and the care is there. It is a legit communication between two people.
The question is, what is one thing you think young people should focus on?
I think they should focus on being more self-aware. They have been looking outside through their phones, comparing themselves with other people, when in fact they haven't really looked inside yet. They haven't observed and appreciated their strengths, their power, their weaknesses, what things they have to improve on. They've been so focused on molding themselves into packages of beauty and standards and hypes. I think they have to be more self-aware of themselves. They have to look deep within them, find that motivation.
What color do you think symbolizes the phenomenal woman?
I feel that a phenomenal woman is red because red is power and I am red.
What is one thing young people like you should focus on?
You need to invest in yourself. As of the moment, there's a lot of distractions, there's a lot of bashers or backlash, but at the end of the day, when you practice self-love, you get to know the right weapon in order for you to win life. And I feel like right now, I am ripe enough to win the competition because I've done everything that I could to transform to become a phenomenal woman that I am.
With the crowd, how will you help your community?
I would want to be a spokesperson and a rallying point to bring people together in meaningful conversation and together look for solutions. And I think that with this platform of influence, that's something I can really do.
What is one thing that you think young people should focus on?
At the moment, it's really staying strong and continuing their dreams of educating themselves, even during these pandemic times. We all are having a hard time, but that doesn't mean that our dreams, our passions are canceled. They're just on hold, and I think that they all need to have hope in their hearts to continue what they're dreaming on and to somehow make their dreams still come true.
Isabella, if you win, how do you plan to help your community?
Well, I am very passionate about the mental health community, and I have a few people who are very close to me who go through mental illnesses. One of the things that I've learned is that it's not just those who suffer with the sickness who have a hard time, but it's also their families. And I would love to partner up with an organization and probably create a program or maybe support groups, not just for the person who's sick, but for their families, how they can cope, how they can help each other out, and how they can take care of themselves as well, because it's not easy, and we need to help each other out.
One last question for you is, what is that one thing you think that young people should focus on?
I would say young people should focus on their mental health. I'm very happy to see that it's something that is becoming more popular. It's a trend. However, when the trend fades, I would love for them to continue on with taking care of their mental health. It's something that I do every day, and I'm not perfect. Nobody is. And I would love for the younger ones to know that. As they grow up, as they go through different struggles and challenges, it's important to make sure that we are mentally stable.
If you win, what do you plan to do for your community?
I have been working a lot for sports. I have been part of different organizations of the government. But if I do win Miss Universe Philippines, I do know that the role is to represent the organization. I'm willing to learn more about the advocacy of Miss Universe Philippines, to work with them, to empower women, and to believe and stand by all the values that they also believe in.
Last question for you is, what's one thing that you think young people should focus on? People like you.
Young people should focus on their dreams. And to achieve those dreams, you have to prepare yourself and equip yourself. Keep on learning, keep on growing, keep on taking risks. But at the end of the day, our dreams are our own.
And no matter how much people criticize you or put you down, you have to empower yourself first before you want to empower others.
Amazing. Thank you. Very nice.
So do you agree with my list? Share your top 5 as well on the comments section. Thank you for watching.